can I please get a big...
What I need from you is a chicken Big Mac.
Don't believe everything you hear, but in this case, do. Because we're bringing you 10 McDonald's rumors that ended up being true.
I don't know how to put this.
Existential crisis.
You know how long I've been waiting for this?
A popular rumor that's been floating around is that the eggs used for McD's breakfast items aren't actually freshly cracked eggs. When you picture a sunny-side-up breakfast egg, the first thing you imagine is likely one with a bright yellow yolk, freshly cracked from the shell and snapping and crackling in the frying pan. In this case, Mickey D's does indeed use freshly cracked eggs, but only in one breakfast sandwich, the classic Egg McMuffin. Biscuits and McGriddles, on the other hand, utilize what's known as the folded egg technique.
What? No!
These are pre-cooked and flash-frozen egg patties that are whisked from their liquid state and then folded in half. The process includes adding a bunch of ingredients like citric acid, milk, salt, and modified food starch. So the final product isn't 100% fresh, nor is it 100% egg. Even if they still taste great, whether or not that still qualifies them as quote-unquote real eggs is up to you.
Where's my Egg McMuffin? Breakfast is over at 10:30.
Coca-Cola concoction.
Free! Where is it going?
Like most McD's fans, you've probably never been able to pin it down, but it is a borderline accepted fact that McDonald's Sprite just hits a little different. Something about those McMagical drink fountains always give a little more pop to the beverages. And it turns out perception is reality. There aren't any secret extra ingredients or supernatural reactions from the ice, and it isn't a knockoff brand from another country.
They're not from McDonald's, are they?
But there is a unique soda strategy that does make McDonald's sodas taste better. The recipes for all the Coca-Cola products McDonald's carries are identical to the ones you'd find anywhere else, but the preparation is key to the difference in taste. Both the concentrated flavoring syrup and the water are pre-chilled to a certain temperature before entering the mixing lines and are mixed at an exact ratio that allows for the inclusion of ice in the drinks. This is so the ice doesn't water down the taste and doesn't flatten out the carbonation, but still allows it to be included to keep the drink cool on those hot summer days cruising through the drive-thru. Another way that Mickey D's has an edge is that the syrup is delivered and stored in stainless steel tanks, as opposed to plastic containers. This allows for a higher perception of flavor and refreshment than the standard soda that rolls off the line, and allows us to spend our summers going windows down and cups up.
All right, everyone, chill.
Seaweed in the sandwiches.
Mine's delicious.
You can't go wrong with the classic favorite Filet-O-Fish, but the rumors are true that once upon a time the Golden Arches decided to use an ingredient from the ocean that wasn't fish at all. In 1991, McDonald's introduced the McLean Deluxe Burger as a healthier option, part of a larger deluxe line of diet alternatives. The trick to the healthier option was cutting the fat. This was achieved by cutting the meat content in each patty by 10%, replacing that standard fatty beef with leaner ground beef, and filling in the missing space with a binder called carrageenan, which is commonly known as red seaweed.
Constructive criticism, do not put these green things in here.
The sandwich sold poorly and was not well received, with a New York Times food critic going as far as nicknaming it the McFlopper in 1995. Even with its poor reviews and odd ocean origins, the McLean Deluxe lasted 5 years before finally losing its spot on the menu in 1996.
Good riddance.
Milkless milkshakes.
Milk was a bad choice.
Much like the playground stories of non-beefy beef and eggless eggs, you might have also heard that McDonald's milkshakes do not contain any actual milk. This persistent rumor has its origins in a naming technicality in that McD's simply calls them shakes. And no, that's not shorthand for milkshakes, it's their technical and official title. This naturally lends to confusion about whether or not they contain any milk whatsoever.
One double-dip milkshake. Why?
way!
The whole issue is due to a complex system of national dairy regulations from 1924 called the Pasteurized Milk Ordinance, which regulates milk and milk products from coast to coast across America. However, some states still haven't adopted the system and therefore have some pretty tricky definitions of what constitutes a milk product. So, some state dairy laws will play a hand in what is or isn't technically classified as dairy. Everything from sour cream to sherbet to frozen yogurt may or may not go by their traditional names. So, to simplify things from state to state, McDonald's just drops the milk part from the milkshake name entirely. Even if there is still technically milk as an ingredient in the milk-based reduced-fat soft serve in a non-milkshake shake, depending on where you live, it might not qualify as milk at all.
This shake is disgusting!
First time here? Then go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's easy, and you'll never have to wait in line to order up a new video. Now for some more McD's myth-busting. Ronald McDonald's robots.
What is my purpose?
Pass the butter.
Artificial intelligence is all the rage these days, but we haven't quite got to the point where Siri can make you a sandwich. Back in 2015, though, one headline-grabbing rumor almost had us believing the opposite. Thanks to some creative Photoshop skills, a fake news website posted a story claiming McDonald's had opened its first location to be run completely by automated robots in Phoenix, Arizona.
Oh my god.
Yeah, welcome to the club, pal.
It wasn't true, but that didn't stop the robotic rumor from persisting. It eventually turned out to be ahead of its time, but the mechanical Mickey D's didn't surface until the spring of 2023, and it was in Fort Worth, Texas, instead of Arizona. A test franchise of this new Go-Go Gadget Golden Arches is the only one of its kind, but might open the door to a new fast food future. The location is completely automated, requiring no human contact for ordering or picking up. Orders are placed via touchscreens, and bags of food are served via a conveyor belt at the counter and the drive-thru. There are no dining areas inside, just kiosks to order and shelves to grab and go. The Terminator movies warned us about the rise of the machines, but we're okay with it as long as they're confined to this mechanized McDonald's.
Come with me if you want to live.
It's a secret.
That's not a Big Mac.
Actually, it is.
We've all had those major munchies moments where you just need something a little different. Perhaps a combination of 2 burgers in one, or a crossover of 2 desserts mashed together, or something really crazy like a super-sized Big Mac with 8 patties. If you've ever heard that McDonald's has a few such items that they'll actually make for you, then you've heard correctly. McDonald's does in fact have a secret menu, but it's not so secret anymore.
A chicken Big Mac?
The off-menu menu has taken the fast food industry by storm, and chains like Five Guys, KFC, Taco Bell, Chipotle, Arby's, and Starbucks have had a series of hidden items they're willing to make if customers ask correctly and politely. It's a bit of an ever-changing scavenger hunt that varies by chain, location, and policy of the participating franchise you might visit, but you might get rewarded if you roll the dice. Rumored items like the McLeprechaun Shake, Monster Mac, Apple Pie McFlurry, or Big McChicken are all imaginative creations you can find at the right time and place, and with cooperative servers.
Hi there, may I take your order, please?
Yes, you may! You absolutely have to drive through the drive-thru.
Sorry, could you repeat that, please?
Can you drive anything through the drive-thru? After all, who hasn't spotted the Golden Arches and thought of making a quick swing by the window on their skateboard, bike, or rollerblades? However, the rumors of swift and angry backlash from McD's employees for attempting just that is the true part. The only way you can get through the drive-thru is with a motorized vehicle. According to official McDonald's policy, quote, bicycles, electric scooters, and pedestrians cannot be served. This hasn't stopped folks with the McMunchies from trying, however. A 2022 TikTok video from Scotland showed a customer unsuccessfully walking through a McD's drive-thru while making vroom vroom car noises with his mouth.
Welcome to McDonald's. Can I take your order? Yeah, I'd like to get a 10-piece McNugget and a bunch of the Szechuan sauce.
And 1 year prior in the United Kingdom, a lady actually did manage to order and pick up from the drive-thru on horseback, showing there might be an exception for the 4-legged instead of those with only 2. But here on the home soil of the USA, you still need more than 2 feet and a heartbeat to access the drive-thru window, no matter how hungry you are.
Like as much as you're allowed to give me.
McMilitary salute.
Pretty good. Look at that. Not bad, Mark.
We know Mickey D's has an army of loyal fans all over the world, but the rumor that the global empire of eats has actual ties to the U.S. military is just as accurate. With McDonald's customers in the 1970s marching into stores faster than soldiers marching into battle, a faster alternative ended up being required. At the time, the usage of a drive-thru wasn't a new concept, with In-N-Out being the first burger joint to introduce one in 1948, and the Pig Stand Diner in Los Angeles pioneering the concept 17 years earlier in 1931.
Okay, too soon.
But even as late as 1975, McDonald's had yet to switch from exclusively drive-in and walk-in service to an actual drive-thru. That was until 1975, when a McDonald's in Sierra Vista, Arizona, located near the Fort Huachuca military base, noticed that most of their clientele were off-duty military personnel. The on-duty ones were just as hungry, but regulations at the time prevented them from exiting their vehicles wearing their fatigues and uniforms. Enter Mickey D's first drive-thru window with a constant lineup of Army Jeeps patiently waiting for some post-boot camp burgers.
What has changed? Get up! Lectures are canceled!
You can always find the Golden Arches.
So you said 5 cheeseburgers and 5 McChicken for $1 each?
Flunking down a franchise near a hungry Army base might be proof of the classic rumor that no matter where you are, you can always find a McDonald's. As it turns out, that rumor is very accurate. Mickey D's has more than 14,000 locations across America, making them accessible to just about anyone. Orlando, Florida can wave the flag of being home to the most McD's in the country, with 20 locations for every 100,000 residents. North Dakota has the fewest as a state, but still has 22, and even as far away as Alaska, you can still find 27 statewide stops. Every state capital in the Union has one, with the lone exception of Vermont.
You're gonna need me.
According to some McDonald's math, as long as you're situated in the lower 48 states, you're never further than 115 miles from your nearest quarter-pounder dispensary. The place that stretches those 115 miles the farthest is an antelope refuge in the northern Nevada desert, known colloquially as the McFarthest Spot. Now we can rest easy with the peace of mind that no matter how far we wander, we'll always be able to satisfy those McMunchies, unless you're stranded in the desert.
Oh, look at that!
Honorable mention: Grimace's Global Domination.
I gotta be honest, I can't get a beat on you, man.
Before we reach our top spot, we've got another rumor that got left off the map, but this one directly relates to McDonald's trying to take over the map. From its humble California founding in 1940, the aggressive and never-ending expansion of McDonald's across the country and the world has long given life to rumors that Ronald McDonald is trying to take over the world. While it's not really global domination in the sense of a villain from a James Bond movie, it absolutely is in the entrepreneurial sense.
You're having a laugh. Best chips are made in London.
As of this year, the corporation has more than 40,000 worldwide locations that serve nearly 70 million customers every single day across the globe. To keep up with this endless takeout takeover, a new Golden Arches location opens somewhere on Earth every 14.5 hours. Despite this hostile hamburger invasion, there are still some 120-ish nations around the world that haven't yet had the good fortune to taste the iconic McDonald's flavor. They include places like Afghanistan, Barbados, Rwanda, Sierra Leone, Syria, and Uzbekistan. But sooner than later, the McFlurry machines might be moving into those places too.
Who wants a creamy, delicious milkshake?
McDonald's sells more toys than Toys R Us.
Will somebody get the kid a Happy Meal?
When you think of McDonald's, nobody would blame you if your first thought was burgers, fries, and shakes. But that's probably because you're a mature and hungry adult. It's not far off, considering that McDonald's does sell nearly 6.5 million burgers every day, making it the linchpin of the business model. For the little tykes, though, their first thoughts are Happy Meals, and depending on the promotional tie-in, the toys that come with them.
Dinner is served.
The Happy Meal was first introduced in the summer of 1979 and was the beginning of handing out small plastic pieces alongside the kid-sized mini meals that started a toy revolution. It also very quickly started the rumor that McDonald's was actually the world's largest toy distributor. Considering Happy Meals make up 20% of total sales and each one includes a toy, the math adds up pretty quickly, with somewhere around 1 billion Happy Meals getting sold every year. Those sales numbers outpace toy sales from retail giants like Amazon, Target, and Walmart, and the temptation of the included food is probably a helpful incentive. While the food options for Happy Meals have shifted over the years to include healthier alternatives like apple slices and yogurt tubes, the one addition that never wavered was the inclusion of a toy. With Ronald McDonald bringing so much happiness to kids, maybe Santa Claus can take the day off next year.
Hands off the McNuggets! They're mine!
What crazy things have you heard about the Golden Arches? Let us know in the comments below. And stick around to check out another great video.